inevitable.
Blind faith, I see the game in braille. Hell's Kitchen got the devil in the details. Red suit, but my sins stay pale. Shadow boxing with my past, never ring that bell. Echoes of crime and the echoes of footsteps. Preaching the streets while I'm dodging the death threats. Halo got horns when the system neglects. Law in my veins, but the pain my pretext. Flip like a coin, heads turn when I'm flipping them. Dancing on the edge, got the reaper in my peripheral. Gospel of the fists, every hit like a parable. Scripture in my scars, every cut unforgettable. Walk with the Lord, but I talk with the sinners. Breaking my bread with the wolves and the winners. Blind to the fear, but I see through pretenders. Dare with the devil, I dine with Avengers. I've been ready to feast, Hell's Kitchen set the table. Fork in the road, but I'm steady staying faithful. Sins on my plate, but the chef keep it tasteful. Born again, but the city stay fatal.
Yo, what is going on, people? We are here. We are back with another episode of Daredevil, and I got to address these comments real quick.
Yeah, I was like, man, Nerdman got you. He's like, hey, come at you.
Said, Nzo, I thought you said you're not a fan of Daredevil. When I called your bitch ass out for your MCU-loving bias, anti-Dark Knight ways, I asked you how come you like Daredevil, and you said, I am not a fan. He said, see how you say anything to win an argument, and you're still lost? So first off, I am not a fan. I said there was a couple of good episodes, but I'm still not a fan. It's all right. You know, last season was trash. This season was a little bit better. So there. So I don't know what you think you got this gotcha moment. You don't. What's up, Basil? What's up, Lawrence? Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
First, I want to ask you, should I pull out the video?
Pull up the video?
Yeah, I got a video of you saying Daredevil. I really like Daredevil. I have it on video.
I
pull out the video.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You got a video? I'd like to see it. All right, I would definitely like to see some AI crap, bro.
No, it's no AI. It is literally straight off of this show.
So The Boys is the winner this week over Daredevil. I absolutely agree with you. 100%.
It's not even a question. I mean, I liked Maul. Actually, I think I might have liked Maul more than I like Daredevil this week. But we'll get into that. But I want the Spoiler Kings to go live Monday, Thursday, and Saturday nights. But, you know, but from here, it's kind of hard getting the Saturday night in because we're going to do the watch party because it's from.
Absolutely. So what up, Brian? Pull up the video. Listen, nerd man. I don't know why you just come in here and try and kill my vibe all the time, right? Yeah, just come in here and killing vibe. You know what? You said you wanted to do a video with me. I'm not sure anymore. I don't know. Warren, where can they find you, sir?
Here. Nowhere.
Is it Warren? Is that you? You still chilling with them horses? I don't know if horses is the word you wanted to use, but yeah, we're the only ones that don't chill with you, nerd man. I wonder why. I wonder why. But guys, we are here to talk about Daredevil Born Again episode 6 and overall thoughts we're gonna get into. So I want to hear.
This was episode 7, right?
Episode 7. My bad. Yeah, episode 7. Yeah. For some reason, I was doing episode 6. Even when I was making the thumbnail, I put 6 on. I was like, oh, my bad. It's 7. So yeah, episode 7. One more episode to go, and then we can be done with this show. Thank you.
This is an excuse. It's excusable because this didn't feel like a penultimate show. This episode didn't feel like a great, pots boiling over moment.
I agree.
It felt like more setup. Though there's a lot of things that happen. There's deaths that happen. There's deaths that were saved. There's things that occurred, but it didn't feel penultimate to me. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking for too much. And maybe the finale is unbelievable, and I am loving it. But I just thought it was okay, man. I don't know.
No, I'm right there with you. But we have another guest on here who usually thinks the opposite of what we think. Like, so when you get good opinions from me and Brian, me more than Brian, and then we got to deal with Warren. So Warren,
I almost changed my opinion just because if it's anywhere near yours, I'm probably wrong.
Warren, what were your thoughts on this episode?
I thought it was good. I liked it.
I told you. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? He said this episode was overall better than last week's episode.
That's
What's
true
up,
too.
Tony?
That's true
I
too.
agree with you, but for me, it's like started off strong, and then the last three episodes for me were just like meh. You know what I mean? And then this one is kind of like the same thing. I'm just like
And I was
meh.
right again. I was right again.
About what, Warren? What were you right about?
Call me Prophet Warren.
What were you
I, I,
right about?
I said that this will have to go down in a courtroom. I said that that's how you beat Fisk.
Yes, but you said that it would be a courtroom against Fisk. You didn't say it was just going to be a regular
Oh,
courtroom.
come on,
Uh-huh.
man.
I'm
What kind of
just saying. I'm just saying.
you
You know what
gotta
I
stop it. Stop it. That's semantics. You know what I
mean?
said. I mean we know what's going on. But anyway, and then my prophecy about Daniel. I said that from last season. He's gonna, we'll get to that later. But
From last season.
Yeah, I
Hey,
know,
he was
right?
still alive all this other time, but you know what? I'm right now. I did it.
Brian has way better opinions than you, bro. So does Warren. Release the Snyder cut. So, first off, everybody has better opinions than you, nerd man. So, we ain't even going to get into that, all right? Shit, I know little 10-year-old kids that have better opinions than you, all right? So, I'm just saying.
Can I ask Warren what he said?
Go ahead.
Basically, when you said, I just want to ask you this one question.
sure.
Fisk is the main villain, correct? I mean,
Yeah, yes, of course, yes.
and then in the penultimate, you barely see him. Doesn't
Because
that kind of? It seems like a regular episode. For a regular episode, I think it was fine. It's a good regular episode. For a penultimate episode, I think it missed the mark on a few things. That's all I'm saying.
I don't
100%.
think so.
Did you get a? Do you think you're gonna have a villain moment? So you're gonna get rid of Fisk without having anything else happen? You know, in the last two episodes, like we're gonna walk in to the finale, and Fisk is just gonna be gone. They're gonna do it all in one episode for a great villain like that? I just don't know, man. I just don't know.
I'm right there with you. I thought we said that when Vanessa died that we thought Fisk was gonna be a lot more ruthless, you know what I mean, and do a lot more things that like get down and dirty. And he hasn't done nothing. He's just sitting in his office moping for 2 episodes, you know. And I get it. His wife and died, but you know, Kingpin was always the type of
That's
character
not
that like,
true.
okay, we're going to. What's not true?
I mean, he went
He did what?
he he went after the governor.
He didn't do shit. He sat down. He sent people to do stuff. He ain't do shit this episode.
Nothing.
But that's
That's
his
not
dealings.
Kingpin. That's not Kingpin. You know, it's funny because it's coming from you. This normally I'll let it slide. That's the only reason I'm even kind of.
Oh man,
Go,
Normally
go
I'll
get
let
him.
it
Get him,
slide, right?
Brian. Get him, Brian. Get him,
oh,
Brian.
stop it.
Who like literally all he does is he gets mad. It was like, why? What are we doing with Bullseye? Like, what are we doing? You know, why is Poindexter? Why are we not here getting him to be who he's supposed to be? This is not what he does. This is not the real Muse. This is not what he does. This is not staying true to the character, right?
Oh
Yeah,
And then I
Brian.
get to Kingpin. I ask you this question, and he said, "Oh, he did stuff because he had his henchmen do it." That's not fucking Kingpin. Usually, Warren, I respect your gangster. This right now is I can't be with it, man. To be honest
Oh.
about it, I think it wasn't a good penultimate episode. Not a bad episode. It's not good penultimate.
And
Yeah,
you're
but don't
better
we
than
have
me
two
because I
episodes?
No, it's only one left.
one left.
It's only 8.
I thought it was
There's one left.
9.
I thought so too. And then when I saw it, I was like, oh, tomorrow next week is the finale. This
Yeah.
was a crappy ass penultimate.
100%.
May 5th is the last episode.
Okay,
The Southern Cross.
okay. So that I thought it was 9, so that changes my opinion then.
Ah,
Then
ah.
I'm with you then. Okay.
I see Daredevil as the villain. Fisk is just trying to earn enough to live with with the love of lots of his life, and little rat from hell keeps pursuing him, and now he's got his wife killed. Oh, okay,
I was saying
I
that
guess.
sounds very English. Like Great Britain, like America's the real villain.
But yeah, but
I
that's
try
true
to get
though.
with her.
Yeah, yeah, but that's true though. That's true though.
Now
America
we
is
are
true.
no, we've lived long enough to become the villain. It's the
I got
same.
you.
It's the Batman world. You either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain, and we become the villain.
Oh, 100%. 100%. All right, so let's get into our positives for this episode. And I'm going to start with Warren since his opinion changed.
Oh
Go for it.
man.
There's positives,
Oh
man.
wow. Fuck. Okay. First off, I really thought it was 9 episodes. I still like the episode, but now that I'm not even trying to do a code here. I really thought it was 9 episodes. That's why I like, oh okay. I thought this was like seven, and then the eighth one, and then we're gonna get two more. That's why. So
Mhm.
with that being said, I liked the fact that well, one, we see Daniel died. That was
So
I
it's a highlight.
Hmm.
Daniel died because the reason I said because Buck was in turmoil, right? Because he actually liked Daniel. That's why I thought, okay, he's like really struggling to kill him, but then he realizes that what's worse, I don't kill this kid or the kingpin crushes my head like he did that officer. Like that's at the end of the day what he thought said to himself. So there's that, and then I like how Karen kind of shut made the psychiatrist look stupid. I thought that was a good moment for her because she's been
That's a good
annoying.
one. No one likes Heather, so yeah, I
No,
agree.
Oh my
with
God.
me, I guess either she's doing some real good acting or because the fact that people don't like her.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping she dies. That'd be if
You
she
know,
becomes immune.
that's female muse.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
She's, so I did like how Daredevil kind of I guess gets pants when he released Bullseye by saying, "Hey, I still don't like you, but
Mhm.
I'm this for Fox and Poindexter did his thing, which he kind of did Kingpin of season two, right? He's like, "Well, I need you to do something to redeem yourself. I'm still gonna come after you, but." And so like he's like, "Okay," and he did save the governor. I thought that
Mhm.
was cool. And then like I thought BB was gonna die. She was a little bit annoying too at the end, like Daniel, Daniel. Like yeah, she was just getting a little bit annoying. So I thought she was gonna die. Well,
Hmm.
that'd been cool. I guess
She can still
not.
die. There's still another episode.
I told you she
Um,
ain't dying.
I wasn't surprised that Jessica Jones was gonna help him because after getting shot, and I did feel five for the courtroom. I was like yes, yes again. Like yes again. I knew I called it, so that felt good, and I did like the scene as well after when Matt's like, oh, when they try to escape because that showed that I think Kingpin part of Ace Kingpin planned it, but didn't think Matt was gonna actually come. So I think Kingpin was also playing out of character because I thought he would have seen this coming myself because he's been like, playing, you know, Magong while Matt's been playing Connect Four. So like
He was trying to get like Matt to come out of hiding, so you figure that this would have been what he'd used to get Matt out of hiding, and he act like he didn't even
I
like.
think he
Oh,
wanted Daredevil to come out of hiding. He didn't expect Matt Murdock to come out of
okay,
hiding.
I can see that.
right, right, and because the way it is, and I like how Kirsten kind of set up like call the judges out like, oh, this is in front of a jury, like really, like to call them out because like
Cameras.
like we have a jury. They don't even realize. Even the judges question themselves. I think there was a lot of good moments. Um, but the action was like, eh. So that's really it.
All right. What about you, Brian?
I think there's a lot of good moments too. I mean, I thought that really having Bullseye go and save the governor was pretty fire. I really enjoyed that. Because I think that was a way for him to just step one. They don't have a good relationship, but they have a working relationship now. And he says, "I'm gonna look at you. I always will hate you for Foggy," but I think he did enough for him to not immediately want to kill him on sight. It's not on sight with them anymore. Now it's just like, hey, you get in my way, I'm probably gonna punch you in the face. That's cool. All right. I thought the whole Karen and Heather thing was annoying as shit. But I at the end I was like, I just wanted Karen to get her hand free and just punch Heather in the face. That's all I really wanted. But I thought that the conversation was at least with innuendos and kind of coming after each other was kind of cool. I thought that was fine. I think the relationship between Daniel and Buck has been interesting this entire season. It seems like Buck was almost like a big brother, right, to him. And he really didn't he thought Daniel was going to do exactly what he wanted him to do. And when it turned, you could see the anguish on Buck. And I think the thing that changed everything was he said, one day it's going to be you on the floor with someone else holding a gun above you. And I think that is the reason why he actually shot Daniel. Because he probably believed him, but said it's not going to be today. So if I don't do this, I want to be there immediately. This at least prolongs me and to live a better life. So I thought that was interesting and stuff. But I wasn't shocked that Daniel died. I was shocked that he did it for BB after not getting any. That's if you're gonna do it, at least get something. You know? She smiled real hard at me, and all of a sudden I said, "Okay, that's cool." Then I did like I love when Matt came through in the courtroom. I thought that was a great moment, and the fact that Kingpin didn't see it coming, I thought that was weird. And I think that's really mostly it. You know, I'm glad Cherry is not dead. But that's pretty much the most of the moments.
You see, now that's the thing, right? You guys are like, oh yeah, there were some good moments for me. Boy, I'm gonna tell you.
You can't say there's no good moments. You're just gonna hate. Then they're gonna call you a hater, and they're gonna be like, yeah, you're right.
I guess.
Oh, and I think this scene.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I like this scene. Why? Because once again, we know why Luke Cage is working for him, right? So we now know what's going on. That was fire, and she hasn't even been able to talk to Luke Cage with their daughter. So we now know what is happening. That was a fire moment too. I know you loved it too.
See, I put on this moment to say because I was waiting for someone to absolutely say about the Luke Cage reference in this episode, and
I know it's the first thing on your mind, Luke Cage.
No, the first thing was okay. I think I'm done with this episode. I'm good. I don't need to see anymore. Collector said he's calling the episode trash. Yes, Collector, you are 100% right. The last 3 episodes have been caca. Darth Caca has entered the building.
You're so full of it.
How am I full of it? I'm being honest. Like, okay, was it the worst episode ever? No, because I think season 1 still takes the cake. You can pick any episode in season 1, and I still think this episode is better than it. But like Brian said, for a penultimate episode, I was expecting more, right? And I think one thing we all said is we thought like Kingpin was going to start being hands-on. You know what I mean? And that's what I was looking forward to see. Kingpin being hands-on. Like, so this...
Can I just say a thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just one quick thing. We have to remember that there isn't season 3.
No, I know. And I'm afraid that Kingpin doesn't turn into the Kingpin to season 3, possibly. That doesn't make any sense with Spider-Man. He could lose. They could pull the governor, the mayorship off of him, but he's still gonna be just around. That's crazy. I don't know. It seems weird the way they're going about, because it feels, to Warren's defense, it feels like there's 2 episodes left. but there's only
That,
one.
and I'm not even trying to be funny. I really, honest to God, thought there was 2 episodes left.
If there was 18 episodes before, right? And we'll assume it'll be 99. I understand where you're coming from, but I knew this was the penultimate, and I was kept on waiting for the other shoe to drop, and it never came.
Facts, 100%. He's like, yes, my baby is gonna be here. No, not at all. Anzo wanted to hear Luke Cage died. 100%. I would have been like, this is a A+ episode had they said Luke Cage had died. Like, this would have been the best episode out of all the seasons that they had of Daredevil. I would have been so happy, 100%.
Taking money, taking food out of black man's mouth, man. That's crazy. Crazy work.
You know, I don't like to do that thing, but I think.
Oh, it's okay because you deem it okay.
Because my culture, we could do that. You know what I mean? It's funny because again, like you have the moment where he's talking to Karen and he's telling Karen like, "Oh, this is what I got to do," and this, you know what I mean? And I was like, okay, what do you have to do? You know what I mean? Like I never got it for a second. And then they show the courtroom and then he pops in and I was like, oh, okay, so that's what you're doing, right? I get it. Because Kingpin already dedicated you a hero and now you showing up in the court, right? To kind of turn
because he saved his life from a vigilante and now he's going to court to defend a quote unquote vigilante. And there are cameras everywhere, right? So that you can't just off them. Even though I will get to the negatives. I can't wait to talk about the negative because I have a huge negative about Matt Murdock. Huge.
Oh, really? Is it the fact that this show is centered around him? 'Cause that would be one of my negatives. You know what I mean? Like, definitely. I think. Okay, so and again, like I have way too many negatives to be like, oh, okay, what were the positives in this episode? Because unlike you guys, I didn't care about any of it. You know what I mean? I didn't care about the Daniel and BB stuff. I could care less about it. I was like, yeah, whatever. I already thought that was kind of stupid the way they tried to pull that off already. And then I knew that Daniel wasn't actually going to take BB, even though they make it look like he's going to do it, right? Drives her in the car, gets in there, she tries to run away, he grabs her, and then he says, here, okay, you can go. And I was like, bro, what are we watching? If Anzo says the last episode, I should get a reward. I'm calling it
the last episode.
Oh, Anzo's gonna say the last episode is trash. Oh, you're calling it now. Well, I mean, if they do what they did in this episode, then you might be right, Collector.
He might say those words, but he might not mean it.
Yeah, I don't have to say bullshit now this time either.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah,
how
really.
I ever came on here and bullshitted any of you guys, I don't do that.
Only
right?
the first 5 episodes of Daredevil. That's it.
Wait, hold on. Technically, I did kill my own self by saying they were good, right?
At
I
the
did
end.
say
So
that.
wait, so Nerdman, you heard it right here. He just said he admitted that it was good. He just said it for your own ears. Just like
you see, you didn't let me finish. It's because I was smoking a lot of weed in those episodes.
You're smoking weed right now.
Stop doing that, Eli. Right?
You literally are right now.
You really pulling an Eli on us right now? Stop it.
Daniel got a Debo beatdown, 100%. If Luke Cage shows up, you know he's gonna be all crapping on the episode.
Watch it be like the greatest episode ever, and Luke Cage shows up, and he has said, "Oh, it was terrible. It was awful." And everyone's like, "It was a 10 out of 10."
Because I know he's gonna show up, and the first thing he's gonna say is "Sweet Christmas." Like, no, bro, no.
Sweet Christmas is good to see you, baby.
And not only is he gonna say "Sweet Christmas," he's gonna say it in a way that, like, because he can't act, right? He's not a good actor, so you're gonna be listening to him be like, "Oh, this sucks," you know?
Oh, your hating's on a whole new level.
No, I mean, good. Let your hate just flow.
I don't necessarily think it's on a new level. I just think I'm just being honest with it. You know what I mean? And see, unfortunately, you guys can't be honest with yourselves. You know, we all know Anzo's right. We know that, right? He said it's interesting that even the Improv's DBA viewership is down 50% less viewers than Wonder Man.
It
Wonder
is.
Man was better. Wonder Woman was better. This cat loves the Dark Knight, loves the Batman, and loves Daredevil. Okay, so we already know that I cannot fucking stand the Dark Knight and the Batman. All right, they are trash.
That is not what he said. Guys, off the screen, he tells you how much he loved the Dark Knight. He talks about it all the time. He's like, it was so good, and it's crazy. This is a persona. He's not telling you the truth. He's telling you he loves the Dark Knight.
Don't listen to this guy. Absolutely not. That's one of the reasons why I did not watch The Penguin, because The Penguin was trash and it was connected to the Dark Knight shit.
He would have loved it. That's the
doing
problem. The Penguin, he would have loved it. It's right down his alley, and shit happened every episode, and he would have liked it, and then had to look at you in the eye and tell you, I liked it. But he didn't want to do that, so he just didn't watch it.
This season of is way better than season 1 of Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
It is. I'll agree with that one 100%. It is absolutely better than the first season of Daredevil Born Again. I just think they kind of slipped up on the last 3 episodes, and I'm hoping the next one is going to be better. So we're definitely going to get into the negatives, because I want to hear what Brian has to say about the negatives. And I'm going to let you go first. First off, he said, Brian, you need to record him saying that on your phone and then play it for us during your live stream.
It's going to work.
Listen, Collector, even if he does, it'll all be AI, all right? We already know how Brian likes to use AI when he does his videos. So anything I say positive about this will be definitely AI.
This is right now. Well, he's talking right now. He's the AI right now. This is actually not Nzo. This is actually AI.
Lauren said, I'm turning the stream off. We are going to say Penguin bad when it got awards.
It's amazing. And that's why I said, and he doesn't. He just
Matt Reeves' internet. No. Yes, we are going to say Penguin is bad because we have seen many bad movies and TV shows get awards. Yes, 100%.
Penguin is so good. And it's so funny because he didn't watch it. He didn't even watch it. And the reason he didn't watch it is because he didn't want to admit to you that he was wrong. He decided I would rather not admit to it being good. I'd rather just not watch it.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I said I'm good.
He didn't watch the full 2 episodes.
And you're full of it. You didn't watch
first 2 episodes.
Full episodes.
I am good.
Lies.
The full
15 minutes.
Yes.
15 minutes. He's not watching.
First 2 episodes, the full episodes, and I said I'm good. Same thing with Maul. I watched the first 2 episodes and I said I'm good. I still ended up watching it, but Maul is still trash. I already got Nzo saying Dark Knight is great. I would like to see that, nerd man. I like to see that. Did he even watch 1 episode of The Penguin? How can you say it's bad if he hasn't even watched them? You see, here's the thing. I don't say things are bad unless I watch them.
So you watched the whole episode? Look, we should do a watch party of watching him watch Penguin. We should do a watch party.
I am not doing that. If you guys want to come in here and pay me some like super chats to watch it, I'll do for that because I watch fucking Snow White for super chats. All right. So if you want me to watch Penguin, that's the way it's gonna be. Because other than that, there's no way that and Game of Thrones will never get watched. Chill admitted he was wrong about Michael. Come on, Nzo. That's fine. That's fine that Chill admitted it. I got to see that video because we already said Chill was wrong. But I'm not wrong, Lawrence. I'm not
so
wrong.
bad. It's so bad. I don't know, man. You know, you should stand up and say, I'm wrong. I was wrong. That's okay. But it's all right. Saturday, I can control the rewind, and he'll be saying, we'll all tell him how wrong he is multiple times.
What you need to do is watch the whole thing of a season and then judge it. You can't judge by just 1 episode. 100% you can, right? If I don't get invested in a show in the first 2 episodes, I am done. That's the same thing that would happen in Game of Thrones. Everybody's like, go watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is so good. And I watched the first 3 episodes of Game of Thrones. And I was like,
those 3 episodes are, you know, that makes perfect sense. 3 episodes out of the 60 that were made in the 10 seasons or whatever. You're like, I saw 3 episodes. It's not going to be good. Can't be.
Send Matt Reeves, Domino manager, looking ass back to the Ape franchise. Preach, Tony. That's what I'm talking about, Tony. You see, Tony got my back.
He's talking about the Batman. You're talking about the Dark Knight. Talking about
I was more or less talking about the Matt Reeves stuff, but yeah. Streaming shows take like 3 episodes to invest in them. Not necessarily. I watched from the first episode, I was hooked. The first episode, I was hooked. You know what I mean? Invincible, first episode, I was hooked. I only needed one. I only needed one. Oh, look, Warren
Yes.
came back. He got disconnected and came back. So, Brian, what were your negatives for this episode?
I will talk about these negatives. So one thing I really didn't like is when Daredevil gets shot in the stomach, or Matt really gets shot in the stomach.
That was
I
a leg.
hate what it looked like. I thought his stomach. It was in the leg
I
because
thought
he
it
was
was his
limping.
leg too.
He was limping around. So he was limping. It seemed like he was going to church to like saying his last rites. It didn't seem like he usually like he was thinking that he was going to die, and he was giving up, and that really gives me has a problem because that's not the character. He doesn't give up. That I don't understand why we were seeing that at all. Like he was going there to say his last rites and be ready to go, and that's what the hell are we doing? Because of a random dude, a red shirt shoots you and kills you off, bro. I did not like that. I didn't think that was becoming of who Matt is. And maybe I could look at it a different way because I only watched it. Honestly, I only watched it once. But from what I saw, that rubbed me very wrong. Okay, because
I wonder why you only watched it once.
it was
Oh Lord.
I thought that they just didn't make sense with the character, who the character is, and they do that in the penultimate. Then, so that's the hero. Then once again, the villain is not there, right? So we're looking for Fisk, and he's basically not even in the episode at all. So those so that you had the hero not doing hero things, the villain not doing anything. I thought they missed the opportunity to do something great with them and kind of put them on a collision course, and we didn't get none of that stuff. And now we have to wonder: is Matt going to even be okay? I just don't like it. I didn't like that. I didn't care for BB. I don't feel like I care if BB dies or lives.
Agreed.
And I thought the stronger relationship between BB and Daniel and Buck. Daniel and Buck is a strong relationship. So if I'm going to choose, like he's killing himself over a hope that one day she might like him. Nah, bro, I just don't understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Especially after you have a relationship when they're joking around, they're bringing each other out of their shell. They really are connecting on a different level. And for a girl that's been playing you for years and you know it, man, I couldn't agree with it. I didn't like it. I thought the whole thing with Karen and Heather, I enjoyed seeing them talk, but I just think it went a little bit too long because I just really don't like Heather that much. And Heather turning the muse really doesn't make any sense. So that's I think it doesn't make sense at all. So those are my 3 problems I have with the episode. I don't think they're like the hugest ones. The only one that's really huge is Matt Murdock for me.
So let me get to this real quick. He said, I'm going to watch a show that Nzo likes, and if I don't like it by 2 episodes, I'm going to say it's trash. Then you will officially have joined the Dark Caca crew. All right? I have done my job. When you start doing stuff like that, that means I have done my job, and I have corrupted Collector Man. Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Said from an Invincible first episodes are nowhere near as good as Game of Thrones, you joker. Yeah, because they're better. They're absolutely better. Does Nzo like Invincible? Nzo fucking loves Invincible. Invincible is fire. Boys is fire too. Daredevil is a trash superhero. I mean, they've done an amazing job considering, but really some blind clown running around on rooftops fighting guys.
Shut the hell up, nerd man.
Unrealistic. He got a point though.
Oh,
He got a point though. I can't remember who I asked. I asked somebody if they watching Daredevil, and they're like, "Nah, I can't get into. I think it was LDG. So I can't get into Daredevil. This blind man running around doing all kinds of stuff and stuff."
Okay, but we're okay with a trust fund baby called Bruce Wayne with psychological problems running around dressed up as a bat.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's
Like I
right.
don't
Well,
get what are we talking about here?
At
well,
this
yeah.
point, you just guys just don't like fantasy. You just don't like comic books. Say it. Say it with your chest in. I don't like comic books. I don't like any of these things. Then
I
stop
love
talking about it.
I love comic books. Daredevil was never one of my favorite comic book characters, though, to be honest with you. But I mean, I don't see it like these guys do. He's saying so unrealistic. It's a fucking comic book movie. It's not
It's
supposed to be realistic. That's the
unrealistic.
problem with the fucking Matt Reeves shit. Is because they're too realistic and they're comic book shit. You know what I mean? That's
He's
what I'm
he,
talking
he's a
about.
schizophrenic nerd, man. He doesn't even consider himself Bruce Wayne. He's a trust fund baby. What are we
Bruce
talking
Wayne has
about here?
gadgets, bro. He's a super genius.
Stop it.
The bias from these DC shills are absolutely amazing, right? You can see right away that Daredevil and Batman are the same, right? They're the same. Absolutely 100%. But at least Daredevil has some sort of power. Batman has
Yeah.
nothing. But Batman is great and Daredevil sucks, right? I get it. I get it.
And
You see,
Batman's a rich man. And you say Daredevil's not smart, but then he's a lawyer, right? In Hell's Kitchen, he wins almost all of his cases, so he can't be that dumb. So just say,
you see, it's stupid shit like this that's gonna make me give this episode an A. You know what I mean? When people come in and start talking crap like this, and you guys know I didn't like it, I'm probably gonna give it an A just because of this rapping buffoon. All right, Warren. What about you? What are your negatives?
My negatives is that I think we should have got a little bit more of Bullseye, considering
Mm-hmm.
everything. We didn't get enough Bullseye because he was really building up, like from I would say what, like maybe episode 2 to like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
We we a lot of people were like, man, Poindexter really picked it up from like to only get him in like 3 shots over the last 2 episodes is kind of like an injustice to me, considering there's a lot of build up with the character. But I guess that's not the direction they want to go with him. I guess they want to save him for next season. That's my assumption. So
yep,
that was
put him in
one.
the refrigerator. That's what they did.
Um, if they keep if they're really going with this Muse with this Heather, I don't understand how she's gonna be a match for. That's like kind of disturbing if they really want to use Heather as like a villain for, because that just seems like a joke. All he has to do, Daredevil just needs the backhander and he wins the fight. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't see, I don't really see how this works. So I'm
Mhm.
like, why are we building up like? I could have seen like if Buck was to be Muse, right? That would have been different or something. But like her, I don't know. So it doesn't feel as it feels like they're forcing it, and it's like the character has no, like, she can't fight, she can't, like, oh man, she slapped up a woman that's handcuffed to a
That
desk, like
if she didn't have, if she had those handcuffs cuffs off, Karen would have worked her ass.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like what are we doing right here? Then Kingpin, I didn't like that he was acting like he was Willie, and what I mean when he's Willie, he's like sitting in the bed crying, like, like that's not Kingpin. He's just like sitting there like he's about to like take a dump on himself and like cry and cry. It's like, come on, dude. I expected you like to like go outside and like punch somebody in the chest or something, or like, do a little bit more. But I guess that I guess he's gonna be a bit more violent because of the way he changed his suit. So that was that, and then the I don't think the chase scene after the court, I think that was a little forced. What I mean with the ATV, like this, like Powell, like they making this guy Powell
Mm-hmm.
like this third in
Mm-hmm.
command, and like it's like, come on, man, this Powell dude is
Like,
not that
bro,
good.
a regular bullet could kill him. It's a
Yeah,
rogue bullet just from anybody could kill that dude.
yeah,
So,
like they make Powell like I guess because he got embarrassed in season 1, like they really had to big him up. But I just don't like how this guy hasn't like gotten like some sort of comeuppance yet. I hope maybe he does in the last episode, but that was another thing. But that was pretty much most of it. I guess you could say it's more nitpicks. And then like I kind of agree with Byron. I'm like, wait a minute, why is he going to church to like last rites and cry? Like, why is he doing? He was like acting like well, like how when he was like a kid and the radiation went on his eye, he was
Yeah.
like like pleading and like it's like you're Daredevil now. You can't be crying. Can't be
That's why I
crying.
thought he got shot in the stomach, because if he got shot in the leg, Daredevil gets shot in the leg all the damn time. What are we
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, what
Yeah.
made this
So
thing different?
and then it felt so cheesy that Jessica Jones was like, I'm not gonna go because I got my daughter, and then you're gonna need help, Matt. Like what? How? Like it was like so forced. Like it was so forced. So
And
that was it.
and I want to ask you because I have it up here on screen. Now I don't know if I missed something, but what was the purpose of Kingpin giving her this red little ruby thing? I guess it's an earring or something. I,
It
I
was
didn't.
it was
I didn't catch
Vanessa's.
that.
It was
It was
Vanessa's.
Vanessa's. Okay.
And then Heather came and took the first earring, and he noticed it, and he gave her back the other one.
Okay. Okay. That's what I was wondering because I didn't really catch that there. But for me, so my negatives, I would have to say a lot of it do with the BB stuff, the BB and Daniel stuff. I just wasn't feeling any of that where they're like sitting there and they're having an argument and he's like, no, right here, and BB's telling me kill his uncle and telling me you got to be careful for Buck. And you can see that Daniel is absolutely scared of Buck too as well.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah,
Mhm.
sure.
I was just happy that BB has natural hair. I was happy about that.
I'm shaking my head because I know what the fuck you are implying with that shit, bro. All right? Yeah, we ain't gonna be doing that over here. There will be no black woman slander on this stream here tonight. All right? It's not happening.
Thank you, BB. Thank you.
I dare say anybody on this panel could beat Daredevil with a gun and some death metal and loudspeakers. No one could take Batman.
Oh, stop it, Nerdman! Stop. Are you really gonna say that? Batman's villains are mostly regular people outside of maybe five.
Hmm. And I'm gonna piggyback on what Brian said because the card chase, like they really, right after the court case, they went after him. You know what I mean? Like they didn't even get like no like just get into the parking lot and hey guys, let's go kill Matt. Right? Now you do that, you make Kingpin even worse because or look even worse because Kingpin had already made Daredevil look like a hero. And now you're just trying to kill him like that? Like, I thought that was really dumb. It didn't make no sense. I think Warren said it was forced, and I definitely believe that. Kind of like, oh, we need a little action scene in here, guys, so let's have this action scene in here where we'll at least attack Matt. You know what I mean? Okay. Another issue I had, and I know you guys liked it, and I thought it was okay too, right? But I don't like the fact that, and I hope because where do you go with Bullseye after this? You're trying to make him like an anti-hero now, right? And that's not what Bullseye is. He's never been an anti-hero. He's always been.
No.
Bullseye has worked a lot with Daredevil before.
Has he really?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have.
No. Okay.
Okay.
I can answer this. You remember the scene? The way I study this relationship is like how Frank Castle was in the prison with Kingpin. He
Mm-hmm.
wanted to kill Kingpin. Remember, he said, but Kingpin gave them off. He's like, I let you free so you can go kill the people that kill your family. You really gonna waste your time with me, or you're gonna kill your family? So Daredevil's like, well, I need your help right now. So I can't worry about you right now, but I could use your help right now. So that's kind of what the relationship, the correlation I put right there is that I I'm gonna deal with the greater evil right now. You're not the lesser evil, but this is way greater than you right now. I'll deal with
But
you when I want to.
but what I'm saying is, do they end up going back to being these
Of
like
course.
arch
Yeah,
enemies and
arch
killing
enemies.
each other
Oh
and
yeah,
everything like that? You know
hundred
what I mean?
percent,
Because
100%. Yes,
it just seems to me like they're going in this route where they're trying to make Bullseye anti-hero, which I hope
no,
they don't do.
they will
But
not.
I mean, and then this
So wait a
scene.
minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Doesn't Bullseye end up working on the Dark Avengers?
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, he ends up. Yeah, he does. And he ends up. He was a Thunderbolt. Then he was a Dark Avenger.
Yeah, so he was a Dark Avenger. So he kind of serves as their Hawkeye. So there is merit to him being an anti-hero. He's
I
a
get it.
villain in my
I get
case. I think he's a villain, but there's times that he has worked with, not directly with Daredevil, but on the same side as Daredevil.
Okay. And see, like I said, I am not really like versed in Daredevil stuff, so but still, I just think he was such a good villain. I don't want to see him go down that arc. I liked him as the villain, right? Now, we know why Daredevil did that because he needed him to go save this woman, right? Which the mayor, which I knew would happen. Why
Governor.
the fuck? Why did
Yeah.
the governor? Sorry, my bad. Why did he wait so long to go help her? Like he
Because he's
literally,
sadistic.
bro. He literally sat there and waited for her to almost choke to death, and then the two knives come in, doop doop doop, and I was like, okay, I get it. Why'd you wait so long? I would have. It just would have made more sense if as soon as he's walking up to her, he shoots an arrow in her arm or something like that. It would have been more because you're watching, so you're standing there watching her get choked out, and you're saying, yeah, he's a narcissist or whatever he said he was. I get that, but at the same time, you're crying about wanting to do something good, right? That's what he's crying about. He's been crying about wanting to do something good. But yet you're still gonna use that and be like, okay, let me just wait for a bit and watch this and like what, get a hard on while she's getting choked and then kill her? You know what I mean? Like that it's for dramatics. I get it in the
100%.
show. It's for dramatics, right? I get that 100%. It's one of those tropes that are in a movie or a TV show that bother me?
Do you guys feel like what Bullseye? It's just about the scales being balanced. So if he does too much evil, he has to do some good. If he does too much good, he has to go do some evil. Like he just wants the scales to be balanced in some way, no matter
Well,
what.
I guess he does feel bad for killing Foggy, right? Especially when he feels like he was used by Vanessa to do it. So I can kind of understand that. I get it. I just hope he goes back to being a villain because I think he works better as a villain to me. Like the Daredevil and Bullseye fights, I think, are some of the best fights from season what when he came in season 3 or something like that. Like they were amazing. So that's what I want to see more of. And I don't want Daredevil just be like forgiving him because he did this. He killed Foggy, right? Yes, he helped you out, but you're still not going to be forgiving him for helping you out now when you know he killed Foggy, right? So I kind of understand where Karen was coming along on that one, but the court scene, I think I'll say is kind of a positive because I don't think they. So last season, you had like full episodes of trashy court scenes. You know what I mean? This one, the court scenes were cut nice, right? Boom. Prosecution, defense, prosecution, defense, boom. Matt comes in, asks a few questions, boom. Like they went in and out of it so quickly. So I think that would have been one of my positives for that. Other than that. But I don't like Karen. I really don't like her anymore. But I think worse than Karen is Heather. Because I didn't care about this scene at all. You know what I mean? And Karen sitting there and Karen saying, yeah, oh, you're trying to use the whatever technique on me and it's not working, it's outdated, blah blah blah. And then Heather says something to Karen's like, fuck you, right? Gets all upset and shit. And I'm like, wait, didn't you just say that you were too good for this? Oh, she got you, right? And then they have the little back and forth, and then Heather slaps her up a couple of times, and then says, yeah, we'll do this again next time, and leaves. And I was just like, okay, I get it. Wasn't a great scene for me. And then we get to the Daniel and Buck stuff, which I like the dynamic that they had. I like the fact that you could see Buck didn't really want to do what he did, but I was like, yo, Daniel, fuck that. Go with BB and run. That's what I would have did. You know what I mean? I get it. He's like, oh, they'll come after my family and stuff like that. 100%.
His mom.
I
That's what
understand.
it
Yeah,
was.
his mom. I understand that. But even if they kill you, they still might go after your mom. The way Kingpin is sadistic like that, he's like, I just kill the whole family. You know what I mean? Kill them all. Right? So I'm like, you should have just ran. You know what I mean? You should have went home, said, "Mom, we gotta bounce. Take your mom, and the three of you bounce somewhere and never look back." Plus, Karen is is connected with Karen, right? Now, Karen's in jail, whatever, but I'm sure, she could have found other ways to get help to get out of there. You know what I mean? BB, sorry. BB could have found other ways to get out of there. And I think if he would have left with them, they could have done that. Heather does what she wants with the test, anyways. She just takes her eraser to them. Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
No, I get you. And that's fine. I just say, Karen was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. You're not gonna fall for it." And then she says two words and she falls for it. So that was my.
Yeah, but don't you like that her starting off talking about all the problems that she has with Matt? Like, I love sleeping next to a man. That was kind of good. She threw that shade at her. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool though. That part was where she's talking about how oh, Daredevil, and blah blah, and she's like, "Oh, fuck you," kind of way. So yeah, I kind of like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, Karen showed some like initiative. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're not getting me with this, and then got caught with it. So that's
The next step, the next thing I say.
yeah. Next thing you say, like, if you're gonna be that strong, no matter what she says, even if it bothers you, you don't show that. You know what I mean? You gotta show that you are not bothered by anything Heather does. And then again, Heather being the next muse, if that's where they're going, it just doesn't do it for me. It really doesn't do it for me. There's not anything about Heather that I see as a super villain in any type of way. I think Warren said, like, Daredevil would just slap her up. Boop, boop, boop. It's over. You know what I mean? It's over. Just slap her
not
up.
just Matt Murdock, a regular dude.
Yeah,
A regular
dude.
5'7", 180-pound dude who just like, look at her.
Slap her up. Yeah, 100%. It's funny, Matt clapped both their cheeks.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about the entire time. That's what they're talking about.
And then earlier you said BB was stingy with those buns. Yeah, she definitely was stingy with them buns. But you see, if Daniel left with her, he probably could have got some. You know what I mean? At least get some before you die, like Brian said. You know what I mean? But he ain't getting nothing. He didn't even get a kiss, bro.
I'd be there in the car, like, you want to, how bad you want to go?
Bruh.
I'm gonna die. Think it worth it.
I'd have been like, bro, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? And Daniel was already scared of Buck, so
I don't think he was afraid of Buck until this episode. I thought that he understood Buck, and he was afraid that Buck's going to kill him, but he wasn't afraid of him necessarily. He understood all the necessary in the mindset of Buck all the way. And then I guess last episode he was afraid of him, and this episode he was afraid of him. Before then, I don't think he really was.
Well, I kind of think it started when Buck threatened him the first time, right? Remember when they first met in the room and he was like, "Yo, you want to try the hot dog?" And then that's when Buck was like, "Oh, we need to find the link." And Tom King, I think there he was kind of on to Daniel, and Daniel was kind of like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" Kind of worried about it. So I think from there,
he was afraid of Kingpin more than he was afraid of Buck. But then when his life was right there during the end of these last episodes, he's definitely afraid of Buck, because Buck put his name behind him. He's trying to get him to be part of the team. He even went to pick Kingpin and told him. He's turning into that guy. And he turned away from him.
You see, I can see that 100%. I can kind of see that too, where he's scared of Kingpin too, but I also feel like he knows that. So Kingpin will put the order in for Buck to do what he has to do with him. You know what I mean? So yeah. And then a big problem, like Brian said, is not enough Kingpin in this episode. Really not enough in this episode. When you get to the penultimate, you need to have the two people that you came to see, right? Where it's getting close to the final battle, if you call it, right? It's getting close to it, and then boom, the last episode, you get their final battle until you're doing whatever you're doing for next season, right? So I think there wasn't enough Kingpin in this. Now I get it that Kingpin is mourning 100%. If you ever mourn to death, yeah, that shit don't go quick. I just thought he was gonna do it in a more anger type of way. You know what I mean? Like, fuck this court case. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Like when he first met Karen and choked her, That's the kind of thing I'm expecting him to do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, oh yeah, we're gonna bait Daredevil into a situation, and I'm gonna be there, and I am going to mess his ass up, type of way. You know what I mean? Maybe they'll do it in the last episode, but I just thought that you should have built to that a little bit more. Um, we have the conversation again where we find out that Luke Cage is working for that dude, right? Which is working for,
He's
um,
he's doing it to keep uh, Jessica Jones with his daughter,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it won't
yeah, yeah.
mess with them because he's working for him.
Yeah, yeah, but he's working for Valentina, right? Because that guy's working for Valentina, and Luke Cage is working for him. So that's interesting. We'll see how that go. He said, "If that suit tight, it's okay with me." Really, Tony? You're talking about Muse? If you know what? I might be okay with it too. I might be okay with it too. We'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? I kind of see what the shape looks like. So I'm right there with you. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Um, so other than that, like this episode to me was like we've watched a lot of episodes where the penultimate wasn't that good, and then the final episode comes in and blows it out the water. That's what I'm hoping for this. I'm hoping we get some really good stuff in the final episode. But right now, as a penultimate, this episode could have been a lot better. So we'll get into our grades, predictions, and we'll start with you, Warren.
Uh, oh, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I thought.
Unfortunately, we can.
Well, the Savior has made a lot of predictions that's come true, and so far, I think that this is gonna be a lose-lose situation. Like the city won't have to deal with Kingpin, and Daredevil won't be able to protect the city anymore. I think it's a lose-lose. Like both of them lose in a sense. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
like I mean I hate to take the Ant-Man reference when when he was about to lose to Kang. He's like, "What if we both lose?" I think they're both gonna lose here, but in some way, like maybe Karen, because remember Karen was teetering on more of a Punisher route the way she's going, right? So he might lose her, and then like Kingpin loses the city. So that's where I see we're definitely gonna see some sort of Luke Cage or maybe Iron Fist show up at like the end or like the end credits or something. Um, and then probably, hopefully, they'll hint at like who the possible villain will be, like who the next villain for see, because they're not gonna use Wilson Fisk. They're not like. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
they can't keep that. That's just beating a dead horse at this point. So
Agreed.
they're definitely gonna hint at somebody else as well too, um, because to me also we know that Valentina's working, but like to me the fact that Mr. Charles has that much pull, that means that someone could play. There's other people that play too that Mr. Charles could have worked with in the city as well. You know what I mean? So that
Mm-hmm.
that makes me wonder who else in the city, which we don't even know about. His son Richard, I think Richard Fisk. I'm not
Hmm.
sure if he's around.
Alive,
So
yeah.
so there's that, and then I'm surprised we didn't see Hector's niece. I thought she would have dressed up, but I guess they're saving her for much later, which is surprising. So that's really all I got. Oh yeah, and then of course Heather. Heather's probably gonna put on the mask and act all. I can't say the R word, but you know. Yeah. So yeah, that's really all I got.
Uh, yeah.
And oh,
Right.
grade. Man, now that I know that it's not the penultimate, that there's not another two episodes, only one, I gotta give it a B minus. I thought this was more of a. They did last season finale, but in the second episode. That's what they did this time.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they set up last season's episode, the last episode for this season. They're
Hmm.
using this second episode to build up the finale, and like they're just doing an episode before, which okay, but it just seems weird. So a B minus for me.
I got you. What about you, Brian?
Predictions. I say Mets losing the case. and he knows that Karen's gonna, you know, possibly go up the river, whatever, be in prison, and he takes the blame for her. 100% takes the blame for her, and then they acquit her, and they arrest Matt. Kingpin thinks he won, and then the governor has him arrested, and they both go to prison, and they go to the same prison.
Oh, that would be interesting. But if you're arresting Daredevil, then that means everybody's gonna know Matt is Daredevil, right?
He's going to say it was me that set up all these things. I worked with Daredevil. It's going to be Matt Murdock that goes to jail, goes to prison.
I got you.
Matt Murdock goes to prison, and Wilson Fisk goes to prison. And we get both of them in prison, and that's how season 3 starts.
I like that. Okay. Sounds interesting. And your grade?
A C+. I mean, as a penultimate, this is a C+ episode. It's better than terrible. I mean, if it was a regular episode, I'd probably give it a B. But because it's a penultimate, it's a C+.
I got you. All right, so for me, I'm gonna give it not even a C+. I'll give it a C. Right? It's a good thing that none of these episodes have gotten D or Fs from me yet, because I think I gave a few in the first season. I like your theory. I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna close out this. This is one like I'm not. I don't know how they're gonna do it. We'll see. Because I don't see. I'm like Warren. I agree that I don't think, and I think I heard them even say that I don't think Kingpin is going to be much involved in the next season, right? Which makes sense because you got to try something different. You can't have like Kingpin all the time. So I get that 100%. Now, the only other thing I could see is Kingpin going to jail, but we did that already, right? Kingpin went to jail already. So, I mean, it's not out of the ordinary that he goes to jail again, right? So
it's a career criminal. That's what he does.
Yeah. So that's not like, oh my God. The Matt going to jail was very interesting. I don't know if they're gonna go that route with it because we're gonna find out again that the Defenders are gonna be coming back for the next season too, right?
Why do they need to come back? Maybe because Matt's not there. He can't save New York, so they're there to help clean it back up.
I could see that. But I just think it's just going to be we're going to find out there's a bigger threat coming, and that's why they need to be there or something like that, right? It's like you take Kingpin out of power, and then a new power comes into play, and that's who your next enemy is.
I got it. What if Karen, because we said that Karen's becoming, what if Karen becomes the leader of the Hand? No, not, or Elektra comes back, rather.
Wait. You were gonna agree with Karen becoming the leader of the Hand, right?
No. I can't see that, but I can see the Hand. I can see the Hand coming back though.
Could either Bullseye or Bullseye becomes leader of the Hand.
I could see that.
Yeah, I can't work for them, and that's a big thing between them now. Now, I let this guy go, and now he became my worst villain.
I could see that. And
then you bring back Elektra too.
You can. And now you have Karen and Matt, whatever, on one side, and you have Bullseye and Elektra on the other side.
And then where does Muse come in, though?
Nowhere.
Anomaly. This is an anomaly. Just a backhand. What are you talking about?
And I will give this episode, like I said, a C. I think it could have been a lot better. I'm expecting a lot more for the season finale, right? And we'll see what happens when we get there. But right now, I think the first episodes, I'm not even going to say it. The last 3 episodes were garbage. All right, I'm just going to say it like that. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to say what I thought about the first couple episodes. Yeah, because I took those streams down, so you won't find them anymore. So I'm just saying. So whatever you guys find, it's impossible. Big Four didn't say that, but yeah, I just think this could have been a lot better, man. I was hoping for more from this penultimate episode, So, but we'll see. We'll get to see how the final one plays out. Warren, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Here, when you invite me, and then nowhere else.
There you go. Brian.
You know, 1/3 of Spoiler Kings. We about to have a show in about 15 minutes, so that's why I'm gonna run and do that. And then
45 minutes,
Saturday,
guys.
I'll be there in 15 minutes. But I was right. For once, like a broken clock, Tank is usually late.
Uh, and I'm gonna just say this, right? Because we did the stream, and it looks like Collector and Lawrence kind of bounced, right? I guess they didn't like my penguin talk, and I'm gonna stick to my talk. All right. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. If you don't want to watch because I said I didn't like something you didn't like, I don't give a shit. Penguin sucked. All right, and I will.
He doesn't know.
I will stick to my guns on that shit every day, all day, for the rest of my life. That the Penguin was garbage, the Batman was garbage, and the Nolan Batman movies are garbage.
I hope something happens when you gotta be in the hospital for like 3 days, and I'm gonna buy a DVD player and, like, and have it there for you to have to watch the Penguin. I'm sending the DVD. I'm calling, telling your son, play this for him. He can't get up. He can't turn off the TV, and you have to sit there and watch the Penguin. He ain't gonna sit there with closed his eyes the entire time. What's gonna have it happen?
You see what I'm saying? Brian's supposed to be my boy, and he wishing me in the hospital, right? Wow, unbelievable! Just so that I could watch that Penguin show. Oh man, I'm hurt, man. I am really hurt.
You'll
So
be
now
hurt, and I just want you to get better. That's all it is.
well, watching the Penguin ain't gonna help. That shit is gonna give me a heart attack. All right, that is gonna put me in an early grave, and then what?
No, we ain't doing that. No, we ain't doing that. I'll have to come get your ass then.
Yeah, guys. So thank you for popping in. Much appreciated. Even you, Collector and Lawrence. Thank you for popping in as well. And tomorrow night we will be doing a from stream with Scene Invaders. They will be coming on, and that should be a good, interesting show. We're gonna go through theories with each other, and then we're gonna have a debate on why Jim is a lot better than Tabitha.
That's what you just gotta hold on to the stream until I get there.
Yeah, I will.
Don't let that Jim hate come through. I'm coming.
Oh no, definitely. We're not gonna do that 100%. And then Saturday, of course, early morning for the rewind to get your breakfast ready to watch that. Yeah, unfortunately, Brian is controlling it this week, so
yeah, it's gonna be the best show ever, guys. Because I'm controlled. That means Nzo is getting made fun of every 7 minutes.
No, we're not doing that. And then Saturday night will be the next episode of From. Ooh, the trailer drop. It was fire. Can't wait for that. It is one of the best shows on TV. It is way better than the crap that you guys be watching over here. And yes, Brian, when you do your show and they pop in, you make sure that I tell them I called them motherfuckers out, all right? You make sure that I call. You say, Lawrence? Yeah, Lawrence Collector. Yes, Anzo called you out at the end of his show. That is correct, 100%. All right.
I got you, man.
With that being said, guys, we will be back for another episode next week of Daredevil. Make sure to stay tuned for that. It was a pleasure. Thank you all for coming in. But peace, love, and hair grease. We are out. And go Timberwolves. Let's go.